Hello nerds, how are you doing? Hello Purosos, hello comic fans. Long time no see to, well, everyone. So, now, I'm usually quite good at avoiding special edition games, right? I kind of think that all that stuff's usually a waste of money. Normally you get some plastic crap, you're never going to use it again, and you've paid like 3 times as much for a game that you'll probably pick up down the line for like a tenner. Okay, like I'm not a 15 skins for one gun guy. However, as you may have noticed from my particularly good T-shirt, for life, too sweet. Um, my copy of Fire Pro PS4 special exclusive Japanese edition arrived yesterday. So I've tried to avoid the spoilers of what's in there, so we can do a little unboxing. So I know these are going for silly money on eBay, but Fire Pro is not just a game to me. It's like a religion. It's like a when things were bad, I was able to funnel that and just concentrate on making my PS2 version of Fire Pro like the greatest roster in the world. So yeah, kind of balance my sanity around how well balanced my rosters were on Fire Pro 2. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I did buy this game on PC on Steam over a year ago, so I know what I'm getting with the game, right? But it's Fire Pro, and it's kind of swanky and expensive, but I figured, hell, I've done enough good deeds this year, right? So when I was offered a thing as a thank you for doing some good deeds, I was like, well, I'm gonna go for this. So, out of the package, this is what you get. One, you get an almanac, a yearbook, if you will, of the hottest stars of New Japan Pro Wrestling. So, let's have a quick look inside. Holy moly! This is ultimate nerdville, right? So you get a little look at each character for the uninitiated. This is Tanahashi, and you get what moves he can do, his whole rating and stuff. And I presume it's the same as you go through. Wow. Yeah, so there's Shibata there, star of many fights that have involved one man headbutting each other really hard rather. There's Tenzan, he gets his own thing, and they've been. Oh man, I keep forgetting I'm on a mirror. Special mullet has been included in the game, so that's quite important. Michael Elgin's in here. Oh my god, they've done everyone. Oh, sweet Christmas. There's Yugi Nagata. There's Super Strong Machine. There's Kushida. Oh goodness. So this, a lot. Oh my god. Ishii the Stone Pitbull's in here. Jado. Oh my god, Jado's in here. Anyway, so this is essentially as young Kenny Omega for the metrosexual audience of Japanese pro wrestling. This is basically a look at like the characters who exist in the game, I assume the full roster that is outside of the DLC that is coming out on PS4. Oh no, it is out, but I don't think many people have bought it. So there's the advert for the Bullet Club, which is now obviously out of date, because Kenny, I think, is now just the Golden Lovers with Kota Ibushi. Oh wow, there's Minoru Suzuki, looking like the creepiest, violent old grandpa who will knee you in the face for Christmas ever. So that's the first thing you get off the. You open up the thing, it's not in the packaging, it's just sent to you loose with the game. But then, so I haven't unwrapped this yet. So let's pop this bad boy open. By the look of it, according to the side, there are some little action figures, well, in-action figures, I guess. There's a towel, there's a t-shirt, there's a coin, I presume there's the game. So, oh, this isn't some super special. This is just some polythene bag, like a magazine-sized comic bag. If that doesn't sound like an oxymoron, like comic bags come in different sizes. So, for those of you who can hear the background music, obviously I had to put on a wrestling playlist to do this. I'm still not quite sure what's going on with AJ Styles' music, because it doesn't sound anything like him. But so, oh man, so it's got that new game smell to it. I'm gonna very carefully pop this open because this is gonna be one of those things I'd like buried in the tomb of Nevs. Should I actually ever die, which doesn't seem to be likely at this point. It seems to be basically immortal. So you pop it open. Very exciting. Very top of the box are your little plastic in-action figures. I don't know how well the camera can catch that. You can focus on it. Okay, so from left to right, you have. So we've got Okada with his big neon flares. Then we've got Naito doing his whole Joe Strummer eye thing, which is always quite good. Then we've got Bullet Club Kenny Omega doing the Bullet Club symbol. And finally we've got Tanahashi doing his hands out thing like that. Like, I don't know. Like, he's just been told a really weird joke and doesn't know the answer. Like, why did the dog cross the road? To eat a chicken. That kind of thing. So that's that. And then we Scooby it out and go, ooh. Now, I don't speak Japanese or read it more significantly, but if anyone can work that out, I believe, judging by the texture, that this is the t-shirt. So I'll probably wear this in real life. In fact, I know when I'm going to wear this. So yeah, you get a little t-shirt. Oh, maybe this is two things actually. Alright, we'll pop that open in a minute. Then, wow! So that is a whole bunch of coin, which if you can't see in the light, says IWGP, which is International Wrestling Grand Prix. This is just some collector coin wrapped in gold. It doesn't feel like chocolate. I think it's certainly a coin. I don't know what it's made of, but man, you could dash this at somebody. Let's see what else. Is there anything else? And finally, the copy of the game. So, there's a few unconvinced people who are like, why do I want a Fire Pro game? Who've never played a Fire Pro game. So Fire Pro is probably the best wrestling game engine. Maybe that, or maybe the Aki engine that gave us like No Mercy, WrestleMania, and WCW NWO Revenge, and WCW World Tour, and Virtua Pro Wrestling, and Virtua Pro Wrestling 2. It's one or the other depending what you feel like. This is a game which takes a while to get your head around, and takes a while to kind of go like, what am I doing? And then once you've got your head around the timing, it's so playable. So what I would suggest is, if you've never played one of these games before, don't start here. What you want is probably one of the simpler ones, like if you can find any of the SNES games, because there's at least 5 on SNES. Or more than that. So Fire Pro, Fire Pro 2, Fire Pro 3, Fire Pro 3 Easy Bout, Super Fire Pro Special, Super Fire Pro X Premium, Super Fire Pro Queen Special, and another one to do with Joshi, which is women's wrestling. So yeah, any of those are probably a good place to get your head around it. And once you get your head around the SNES versions, or the PS1 versions, or the PS2 versions, or the Dreamcast version, or the Saturn version, it's quite a lot. This game's got a really long lineage. Then go with that, because the engine's roughly the same. It just gets a little bit, tiny bit more complicated as it goes up from generation to generation. But this is, without a shadow of doubt, like, this is Christmas sorted out. So the other thing to tell you is, you only get something like, you get the New Japan Pro Wrestling roster, built into the game. So you get your usual suspects: the Bullet Club, Tanahashi, Kazuchi Okada, Michael Elgin, Shibata's in there, the Bread Club are in there, Jushin. Oh, is Jushin Thunder Liger in there? He's either in there or he's in the New Japan Super Junior Heavyweight division. But the other wonderful thing about this is it is endlessly moddable. So there is a site called Fire Pro W Arena, and that is where you download characters for the game. A ridiculous amount of customization has gone into this by the Fire Pro community. So everybody from the WWF thus far I've seen, everyone from the WWF I've seen, everyone from the WWE, everybody from Jim Crockett Promotions to the NWA, to World Championship Wrestling, to Eastern Championship Wrestling, to Extreme Championship Wrestling, to All Japan Pro Wrestling, to New Japan Pro Wrestling, Michinoku Pro, DDT, Ring of Honor, pretty much everyone who's been in the Hall of Fame ever is in there. The Golden Girls are up there, Kiss are up there, Slipknot are up there, the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Basically, if you can imagine it, you can probably reproduce it in Fire Pro, and you can set its logic and its moveset and have it work whenever you want. And if that's not enough, you can also create your own rings. So obviously everything in the history of WrestleMania, Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, King of the Ring, SummerSlam, Starrcade, Super Brawl, what else? Starrcade. Lockdown, Battle for Glory, Genesis. Most of the American and Japanese pay-per-views have been covered, and the community is so dedicated that they will think nothing of doing like, oh, we're going to do every version of Kane that's ever been, or we're going to do Snooki, who had one match at WrestleMania, I think. I could be wrong, but I think Snooki only ever wrestled once. David Arquette's there, and he had at least 3 matches. Ed the Strangler Lewis is in there, Antonio Rocca, Gorgeous George, all just, if you are a fan of the history of wrestling, it's basically like somebody else remembers this. It's not just me, I'm not alone. I remember that time that Burt Reynolds refereed, guest announced WrestleMania. These are the things that really move me. So, that's what this looks like. I believe it came out Friday as a standard UK release, and there wasn't any fancy schmancy special edition for the US or the UK editions. That was only for the Japanese. However, if you do have a PS4, what you probably know is that they're region free. So as long as you have an American or a Japanese account, you can run games corresponding to the region of game you bought from. So if you've got a Japanese PlayStation Network account, then you can play a Japanese game just as easily as you play an English or American game. So that has been my rundown of Fire Pro Wrestling World for the PS4. I'm having an idea of doing a whole line of these for a spin-off of my Facebook page, which is called Mondo Funny Books. You should look up Mondo Funny Books. I'm thinking of calling it like Mondo Lariatoooooo, and possibly having this wee fella as a logo, because if you can see what he's holding Fire Pro D for Dreamcast there. I've got a ridiculous collection of Japanese and American wrestling games. I don't know of anyone who's done any decent kind of documentation of that stuff. So yeah, that is it. This is Filthy Nevs signing out. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe. All the other generic code phrases. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So yes, keep your eyes out for Mondo Lariatoooooo! Laters.